Welcome back. This is the International Leadership Podcast. My name is Joe Beauchamp. I'm your host today. We have special guest Bryan Lubitz as our guest today. This is the International Leadership Podcast, where we're discussing leadership principles and bringing guests, leaders around the world to you, our audience. We just want to thank you for joining in. This is episode 11. We're so glad you're here. Bryan, why don't you say hi to our audience? We've got about 170,000 people out there worldwide watching you. Maybe not all watching at the same time, but they're out there.
Well, thank you for having me, Joe. Hello to the audience. I'm grateful to be on the platform. Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today. So Bryan has been in the financial world for a number of years and has worked his way up. He's a financial professional at Equitable Advisors, and this year running for Visionary of the Year from Blood Cancer United. We were at his event the other day, and the competition is still on for being considered the Visionary of the Year for that organization. Why don't you give us a little bit about the financial side, and then we'll jump into Blood Cancer United and why that's such a passion of yours. So give us some background on the financial side of things.
Sure. Thank you. Joe, I started on Wall Street in 2000. At that time, stocks were actually in fractions. It's a long, long time ago. Things were a little different then, but, been through good amount of time in the financial world, ranging from everything from wealth management to risk management to investment banking, long-term care planning, tax efficiency. Really, over the last 2+ decades have gotten some great educations from some great mentors, and been able to help out my clients, help out prospective clients, really with education to help them, make a roadmap for retirement, if you will.
What's on the financial side? What do you think is one of the most common mistakes that you see people making that should just be something easy to fix that we could just enlighten our listening audience to?
Yeah. So most of the people I deal with have great cash flow. You don't really speak with a financial planner until that becomes top of mind because of having great cash flow. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your cash flow. You can only do three things, right? You can spend it, you can save it, or you can invest it. What I find is people, when they build out their cash flow, especially here in New York, they want to sometimes live above their means. And that doesn't mean that they're going out and buying Lamborghinis or Ferraris, but there's a certain rate of return that you should expect to have if you're just, say, buying the S&P 500. If you just map that out over the course of the last decade, right, you're getting about 15% a year. When people do plan for retirement, if they're not putting it in the right place, in the right location, that can make a big difference with Uncle Sam in taxes of how much he's taking that 15% growth on the way out. So I would say asset location is one, and two, especially here in Long Island, you can't make less than $250,000 a year and have a family and actually go out and enjoy life, right? Like that's one of the big things that we find. Yesterday's price is not today's price, right? Like we keep hearing that, and it's so true. But inflation's, something that causes a steak to be $25 a pound now when it was, say, $12 a pound just 5 or 10 years ago. So I would say asset location, being tax efficient, and really, sticking to the discipline. Because again, you can spend, you can save, you can invest. I'm not here to tell you what you should do. I'll just tell you, if you continue doing this for the next year, or for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, what that will look like mapped out on the back end.
So a good friend of mine used to say, probably still says, if your outflow exceeds your income, your upkeep will your downfall. Basically, investing, I guess, right? Don't spend more than you earn.
Of course. Yeah. And that doesn't mean
One
just
of the things I
the
see,
spending.
yeah.
Sorry. I was going to say that doesn't mean just the spending again is
Okay,
on a
continue.
Ferrari or Lamborghini, but there are things that you can spend your money on. And, for example, a Roth IRA as compared to a traditional IRA, you get a short-term tax benefit with a traditional IRA, but when you pull all that growth out in the back end, you're going to be taxed as ordinary income. With a Roth IRA,
Right.
all of that growth, you're not getting that short-term tax benefit, if you will, but all of that growth is going to be tax-free on the back end. So you get a lot more control, and it's definitely more tax efficient for you.
So it makes sense to talk to a financial professional like yourself to really figure out the math and see what's the right decision based upon somebody's age, income level, expected income level, future, family, kids, college. I'm sure that all kind of rolls into an overall financial plan. And so to be able to navigate through those complexities, you talk to a financial advisor who's got 20 something, 30 years in the business doing financial, in the financial world, right? So not to say that some of these new kids on the block aren't good too. I'm sure you've got some people on your team that are kind of new to the game, but yeah, having somebody with some experience is good. So appreciate
Not
having
just
people like you.
yeah, not just a financial professional, Joe. You want your accountant to be on board. And when you get to be an ultra wealthy person, when you have an estate that's over, say, $15 million, you want a great trusted state attorney as well. So you really want to have a team, especially when you're talking tax efficiency, because there's different rules that change each year with brackets, and we had the big beautiful bill, and how does that affect you with SALT, and all these things come together that uh, you should have a team. I do deal with a lot of people that file their own taxes, and I always recommend them. I don't file my own taxes, and I know the code.
Right.
Find a good CPA. Definitely find a good CPA. Yeah.
Exactly. How can people contact you? Let's say somebody's listening right now and they're like, you know what, this guy Bryan sounds like he's somebody I should talk to. How can the audience contact you?
Sure. Thank you for asking that. So I do a lot of promoting, whether it's on social media or in person with networking events, as well as just billboards, etc. But you can reach me at my email, which is brian.lubitz@equitable.com, or you can reach out to me in my office line, which is 516-358-3931.
Are there certain states in the U.S. that you're okay with working with, and others that you're not, or is there a licensing by state?
Great question. So yes, I'm in roughly 36 different states in the country of America. I do not deal with people internationally. I can give you a referral for people that I do trust in the business that do work internationally. My focus is primarily in America, but I also have a very strong presence here in New York and Long Island. So I would also say, if you're on Long Island and you want to come down to my office, I'm right in Melville. We're basically, mid Long Island, whether you live on the east end of Long Island or you live in Nassau County, we're probably about a half hour, 45 minutes tops from anywhere on Long Island.
Welcome to America's virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. My name is Joe Beauchamp. I'm one of the founding members here. I'm also the chair of the leadership committee. I'm here to help leaders develop strategies. My company is Beauchamp Team Growth Solutions. We help business owners and business leaders to develop their leadership skills, the leadership skills of their team. We know that better leaders get better results, and we provide that leadership strategy, training, and education for business leaders to run their companies better. Hope you can join us at the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce. What you saying was that you have a good network internationally to refer people to that are outside of the United States of America, and that 30, did you say 36 states in the U.S. you're licensed to work with people?
Yeah, that is correct.
But probably, I would imagine that with your network, anybody, anywhere, you could send them to the right place if they come to you. So
absolutely. Still with us, Joe. We didn't lose you.
So let's look into Blood Cancer United. You chose this year to become the or to run for the position of Visionary of the Year for Blood Cancer United. Can you tell us a little bit more about what makes this a passion of yours?
Sure. So I was nominated. There are about 16 people from Long Island that are running as what they call Visionary of the Year. I was nominated for the last decade. My partner, Salvatore Caruso, I was able to run and help him with his team. He lost his brother Claudio to leukemia, and this was many decades ago. My mother also had lymphoma, so it's close, to my family. And essentially, when I was nominated, it just, felt right that now is my turn to kind of have my own team. So I've been blessed. I have about 22 people that have joined my team. We've had some great success so far, as you mentioned earlier. We had a gala at Blackstone Steakhouse in Melville a couple weeks back, and we were able to raise a significant amount of money. We had some great guest speakers there. We had, a little boy that was suffering from brain cancer there as well. His name was Carlos Ruiz, and he kind of stole the show. He was the man of the hour. It was a very, very beautiful night.
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome. I was glad I can be part of that and see. That young boy was sitting at the next table right over from me. So cute little boy. Glad to see that he's doing as well as he's doing right now. So that's good stuff. Um, so what can the listening audience do right now if they want to help promote you as Visionary of the Year? They just want to support Blood Cancer United, whether we know people or not who are affected by it. I think everybody, at least in some way, knows somebody or is related to somebody who has this disease, had some kind of blood cancer, and or possibly might get some kind of blood cancer. So, what do you want people to do if they want to support this mission of Blood Cancer United?
So, thank you. Blood Cancer United has been around for over 100 years. They've raised over $1 billion for research and funding, and most people know them as Leukemia Lymphoma Society, but they did rebrand because there are so many other blood cancers that there are out there besides leukemia lymphoma. My focus has been with children with cancer. They just passed a bill, and that bill is important because typically what we find, children that do have cancer are 60% of them are on Medicaid. And when you're on Medicaid, you can't cross boundaries, state lines to get that treatment that might make more sense in Ohio or Pennsylvania or Texas. So this
I
bill
didn't
that they
know.
just passed, yeah, this is revolutionary. It's hopefully going to save a lot of children. And as far as the children not being able to get the aid, this should eliminate that. So, Blood Cancer United was a big push on Washington and Capitol Hill to get that done. Essentially, you don't have to donate to my campaign. I've done this for a long time. I'm going to continue to do it. You can just go to Blood Cancer United and make a tax deductible donation. All of the money that they receive, 100%, they're a non for profit, goes towards either taking care of children that have cancer or people that have cancer. It's not inclusive to just children. Research, they fund grants, they fund over 50 different college universities, different studies in America. Um, and, I'll just give you a quick example. I reached out when I was presenting this gala to anyone and everyone that I knew to come, and it was a great success. We had over 200 people in the room. It's really amazing. And, the money that we raised, it's all going towards the cause, and we're hoping to raise more. But essentially, I reached out to someone that I hadn't spoken to in a while, and she was a mother of an 8-year-old boy that literally 2 days beforehand, um, the mother came over and her son's best friend was diagnosed with cancer. And it just, when you have outreach like that, and just by spreading the word, just spreading the awareness, you'd be surprised of who contacts you or who you get in contact with. And all I did with her is share the phone number that Blood Cancer United gave me, and they were on the phone the very next day learning how to get aid, how to get help, how to cope, not just financially, but also what they're going to go through mentally and emotionally with dealing with a child that has cancer. So Blood Cancer United is the first way. My link is there. underneath. My goal is to raise six figures during this 10-week campaign. We're well on our way there. It does end June 3rd. But from my link, you can either make a small donation, or if you're on Long Island and you want to attend their finale gala, it's in Northport. It's at the Larkfield manner. It's going to be on June 3rd. And whether you just want to buy tickets to have a table there, or you want to donate something to raffle off, the cause is amazing. The community came out. They're continuing to come out. And, stories of meeting children like Carlos or Christine Pepper, who's a survivor, or Julie Lamont and her son Owen with their story. It's really touched my heart, and it's going to be something I continue to do moving forward. So any help that you guys can give is just from the bottom of my heart. It's greatly appreciated.
So June 3rd is the big event. Do you know what time that is at Larkfield Manor?
Yep, it's 6 o'clock.
6
And
p.m.
from that website there, Joe, that's below, you can go there and purchase tickets for the event. You can sponsor the event. They have different opportunities. If you're a business owner on Long Island or in New York, or even from afar, we had sponsorships that came from companies that were outside of New York, and that was really amazing. It was a lot of pounding the phones and a lot of connecting, but every penny counts. And this initiative has just been great. It really has.
Yeah. Do we have any numbers for an estimate of lives saved, people affected, or like how do we measure success? Like, we know that there's success. We hear these stories. Obviously, they're coming up with different cures and different treatments for cancer. How do we measure how much activity is going on with Blood Cancer United?
Yeah. So again, most people know them as Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and that name really speaks for itself. They've raised literally over $1 billion and given that money towards, again, the trials, the research. Sometimes it's just paying for someone's, family, their whole family, during Christmas, and paying for their medical. And it's the stories are just so many touching stories. For me to quantify 100,000, 1,000,000, they've been doing this for 100 years, literally. I couldn't put a number on it. I just know that they are the number one non-for-profit company in America for helping people with cancer. Period. With people with cancer. So as Blood Cancer United goes, and the children and the people that need the help, they dial the number. They reach out to Blood Cancer United through their website, and there's contact forms that you can literally go right on. And if you do need help, please reach out, because I've never seen a charity more giving than these people. They have other events besides the Visionary of the Night, Visionary of the Year. They have Unite the Night, which is a great one, and they walk in Jones Beach, and everyone
I've been there,
carries a candle. And I know, because being in the Rotary and helping out, a lot of those people that are involved in our local area, overlap with people that you and I deal with, and that's kind of how we got introduced. So again, I'm so grateful to be on your platform, and couldn't be happier of the community, helping out the way that they have so far. It's really been amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. So anybody who has somebody recently diagnosed with cancer, or somebody's been diagnosed with a cancer, especially a blood cancer, to reach out to LLS.org. LLS is for the formerly known as the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, right? So LLS.org is the website. It's now known as Blood Cancer United, because I don't know, there's like 100 different types of blood cancers other than leukemia and lymphoma that are all under this one umbrella. Do you happen to know the phone number? Get the treatment they need. Cancer is a very specific type thing. Every type of cancer needs a specific treatment. Cancer treatments today are so much better. The outcomes are so much better. I know a lot more people who are cancer survivors now than 20 years ago. I would say that 20, 30 years ago, when I would talk to somebody with cancer, their prognosis wasn't very good. And now people are not only surviving just fine, but they who had chemotherapy and didn't even have to lose his hair. So different types of treatments are out there today because of organizations like Blood Cancer United, formerly known as Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So Brian's just going to be back in a moment with the phone number to call if you need help, if you want some services, if you're not sure of where to go. You can reach out to LLS.org. There's a form on the website that you can get some help there. Brian's going to come back with a phone number that we can call for that. So if you or somebody you know is diagnosed with cancer and you want to call and get some information, here's the number. Brian's back now. Got that number for us?
Yeah, it's 1-800-955
1-800-955-4572. We're going to put the link and the phone number into the chat. So by the time everybody sees this online, it should be in the comments below or in the description for this podcast. If you're watching it on YouTube, you might be hearing this on Spotify or one of the other podcast platforms. So if that's the case, rewind and I guess listen to it again. So, but the number again is 1-800-955-4574. Is that correct?
72.
72. Yep. So Kevin, if you just correct that on the screen, Kevin, 4572. There we go.
And that's
Perfect.
the resource line for Blood Cancer United. So, anything that emotional, financial, as far as it goes to navigating the insurance aspect of it, what is it going to look like when we go to the hospital? What does it look like for your recoveries? And it's not just, speaking to someone at Blood Cancer United, which a lot of those people are survivors, but they'll also put you in contact with people that have gone through it in your community. They're in every community. They're running this campaign as a Long Island campaign. I'm blessed to be one of 16 people. I'm actually humbled, really am, to be one of 16 people that were nominated. But they're running this same campaign in New Jersey and in the city and in Pennsylvania and in Florida and Texas. And it's an initiative that's going on all throughout the country as we speak.
That's awesome. How did you end up being nominated, or how does that process work? How does one get to become one of these 16 people? Like Long Island's got, just for the sake of people that don't know Long Island's got, 4 million people out here. And out of those 4 million, we've got 16 people who are, quote unquote, competing, because it's all for the right cause, right? But looking to, raise money and awareness, or creating teams of people to raise awareness, and one of those 16. So how did that come about? Did somebody tap you on the shoulder?
Great question. So first off, 16 amazing people. And I have a goal, and if I hit my goal and I lose, even more the better, because that means someone else did just as well. And really, I've been able to meet some amazing people through the initiatives, whether it's been, the people behind the scenes that we never talk about, like Stephanie Lawrence, who's my campaign manager, or Jenny Oleski, who is the campaign overseer of all of the campaign managers, right? I do network a lot, right? I don't want to say I was networking, but I network a lot. And in sitting down at a restaurant, someone had said, you might be really great for this role. And she was on the board of Blood Cancer United. They have a leadership committee, and these are people that are just out there looking to nominate. I took a call in November of last year. I sat down with Stephanie. I sat down with Jenny. It was a virtual call, sort of like what we're doing here on the podcast. And they had my information. Like, I was already in the database from working with Sal Caruso. So they said, we've seen you've done the Light the Night for the last, 10 plus years. And, we are hearing that you're having a strong network and you host a lot of events. And would you be interested in doing this? And as I kind of shared my story from my family and, things that I've been around from other people that have dealt with this, it just kind of made sense. It gave me a little bit more of a sense of purpose besides just working and the family,
Right.
if you will. And, the mission's been amazing. It's been just as good to me as I've been to it. So I'm grateful again. I'm very humbled for it. But it was a phone call. I jumped on it. I was a little hesitant at first, but they said I had to do it. They thought I would do great. And so far, so good.
It's working out great so far. I was at the gala, your big event a couple weeks ago, and it was an amazing event. I'm so impressed with how many people showed up from all different types of networks. You're out there. You're a leader in the community, right? We are on the International Leadership podcast. And, I think I'm going to say from my perspective, you are a person of character. You care about people. People can trust you. And that puts you in a role of leadership in the community. When you speak, people listen. People want to follow you. They want to show up to your events. They want to support the things that you support. And I think when you speak, like I said, people listen and they're going to show up. And they did show up. They have been showing up. So kudos to you. It's taken, 20 years of effort putting into this, 20 years of grinding on a day-to-day basis, 20 years of living by integrity, having a sense of core values that you implement on a day-to-day basis, building teams of people, adding more value to the community than you're looking to get out of the community. Skills and mindsets have built you up as a leader. And I hope that you do make it. I don't know who the other visionaries of the year are, the other 15 people are. But I do hope that you make it to the top. And like you said, if you meet your goals and you don't make it, more power to the organization, because that means that other people, exceeded those goals to bring in resources for Blood Cancer United. So I just want to thank you for being a leader in the community, for leading well, and for living a life of purpose. This is amazing. I think so many leaders, they find that there's this great sense of purpose in giving back, in paying it forward, to serving people who could never pay them back, and I think it's just a mindset. I want more for other people than I want from other people. And I think good leaders share that kind of leadership mindset. So I just really appreciate that. Anything else that you want to share with our audience? We have the event coming up on June 3rd. They can buy the tickets from that at lls.org. Your link, if they want to support you as Visionary of the Year, is going to be down below. It's been on the screen already. What else does our audience need to know?
Yeah. So to your point, just setting a good example, right? And you led me to my children, my wife. They're part of this initiative alongside me. Brian, Gianni, Chiara. Brian and Chiara were working the room during Blackstones, and they were selling the raffle tickets, and we raised a lot of money. And they have their own pages and their own networks, and they're building up awareness with their friends, and it's pretty cool. As they're getting older, some of those kids that joined the team, I used to coach for lacrosse or football, or uh, they were just friends of my sons or my daughters, and they jumped on board. And the team has been amazing. My family, rallying around the cause has been amazing. The community rallying around it has been just great. And we have until June 3rd. We're going to keep putting it out there. If you have anything and you're a business owner and you're looking to donate a service or a product or something for the gala, they're going to have raffles as well. So if you can, just get in touch with me. I have a form. I'll put you in touch with Blood Cancer United. You'll get a donation, tax deductible donation for that, if that matters to you. If you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, that's awesome as well. But anyone that wants to get involved with the initiative, we still have time. Please reach out. Please be giving these people that are affected. Uh, it's another person every day, every minute that we wake up, that we're blessed and our feet hit the floor and we're healthy. That's one thing, but every single day there's someone else that's being affected. So if we can do something and we can pay it forward, we might just be that difference to that person's family or to them in their life. And that's really what this is all about.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Brian. This is amazing. I'm so glad that, number one, I just want to say I'm so glad to call you a friend. I'm glad that you and I met like a year, probably a little over, maybe somewhere around a year ago. And we've had opportunities to connect over the course of time, and that you're doing this great feat for Blood Cancer United, serving children especially, but really anybody who's dealing with this. It's a worldwide thing. Blood Cancer United is serving, who knows, thousands or tens of thousands of people, making life a little bit easier during probably some of the scariest times and maybe some of the most difficult times of life. Here's a group of people in this organization really undergirding and supporting our community as people need it. So kudos to everyone at Blood Cancer United. Thank you for this opportunity, and Brian, thank you for being willing to step up and use your influence and your network to promote this great cause. So, and thanks for being on here today. Really appreciate you.
I'm the one humbled and grateful. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Hopefully next week Tuesday you'll be out at the next event, and we'll continue to raise money. And I'm glad to call you as friend as well. It's been almost two, Joe, but as we
Almost see it. Yeah,
continue to
time
network,
flies
yeah,
by so quick.
it does. As we continue to network, it's all about meeting great people, and I'm glad to be around people like you that are successful and like-minded. So kudos to you in the podcast. Thank you for having me on. I'll continue to
Thank you.
monitor. Hopefully in the future I can come back, and thank you to your network as well for any support they may give.
Great. And we got you on the radio show this Friday. Don't forget.
We're there. I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's
All
great.
right. All right,
All
Joe.
right, listening audience. Once again, this is the International Leadership Podcast. My name is Joe Beauchamp. We're here with Bryan Lubitz from Equitable Advisors. He is a financial professional as his day job, and he also, from passion in his heart, wants to give to the community through Blood Cancer United. We're supporting this organization. If you can donate, if you can come up with gift baskets, especially local businesses out here on Long Island, giving gift baskets or gift cards or any kind of service that you want to offer that could support this mission, or you just want to make a donation, you want to buy tickets and show up to the event on June 3rd, reach out to Bryan. You can reach out to myself, shoot a message in the, down below, or in any way, reach out to us. The contact information is on the screen. It'll be in the comment section as well. Feel free to reach out. This is a great organization. Money's going to a great cause. We are helping children and those that are during their really tough times in their lives. So feel free to give out and give generously. I don't have any shame in asking people to dig deep, add an extra zero, and when you're writing the checks. So be generous and support this organization. So thank you so much for everybody. Bryan, thanks to you. Kevin, thanks for being out in the background here, working with us. Again, Joe Beauchamp here with the International Leadership Podcast, and we'll see everybody next time. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching our podcast of the International Leadership Podcast. Once again, my name is Joe Beauchamp, president and founder of Beauchamp Team Growth Solutions. That's beauchampteam.com. If you like this episode, please like it, share it, subscribe to this channel. If you're interested in being a guest or a sponsor of this program, please give me an email at info@beauchampteam.com. I'm more than happy to talk to you about it and discuss options and how it can work something out for everyone to win. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.